Hey girl, hey. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Evelyn. If you're new here, I film fashion, beauty, wellness, lifestyle, hair videos. So if you want to see more of that cute girly stuff, make sure to subscribe. But if you're not new, hey girl, hey, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. So today's video, I do want to do like a little makeup chit chat. I feel like I haven't done a chit chat in a very long time. Thanksgiving is in 2 days. After Thanksgiving, it's gonna be Christmas and then New Year's. So yeah, the holidays are rolling in. And today's video, if you kind of deal with like a broken family, you'll probably resonate with something in here today. But I just wanted to film this video today just because the holidays are coming in, and I feel like during this time I get a little sad, you know, because I just feel like my family is just kind of a little broken. Okay, not to spill the tea, but like, yeah, this is kind of what I deal with the holidays. Like, I haven't even like put up my Christmas tree yet, and I know it's early, like I know it's time, but I'm actually getting ready to go Christmas decorating shopping. I'm ready today to go buy a tree and decorate the house for the holidays. I had read something that was like on Instagram or something, but also, girl, don't believe everything you see on social media, but it said something like the happier you are, the more excited you are about the holidays. And I'm like, I'm not that excited about the holidays. I need to buy a tree because the tree we had last year is actually a little too small for the house. So we're gonna try to make it real nice, especially because my house is already decorated. I have a new couch, I have the curtains up. Like, my house is giving home now, you know what I mean? For me. Yeah, the holidays do make me a little sad. I have my boyfriend and I have my sister, but you know what I mean. I hope I'm able to like make connections with you guys, or just to make you feel less alone. I'm just here to let you know you are not alone. And also, if you do feel like you resonate with something in here, I am going to be doing a giveaway. So I definitely hope you guys enter. So I'm going to be doing a cute little early Christmas giveaway, I guess you can say. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Please give this video a big thumbs up and just make sure to comment. That's how I choose my giveaway winners. And I am going to be spilling the tea a little bit. Just on how like I've been feeling, especially because I do deal with like my season of depression. So life's been a little hard over here. Like, although my life is so great, there's just like something in me that feels like a little sad. But that's okay, like, it's okay, girl. Sorry, we're gonna be looking like this for the rest of the video. Sorry, I just need to have some cute curls. And then also, I'm wearing my cute little jammies from Victoria's Secret. Look, they're like these cute little shimmery ones. So adorbs. They actually had a, what was it, buy one get one 50% off or something, so I got a few. I'm gonna be starting with my brows. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I left my makeup essentials in my sister's car, and if you know, you know. That girl lives 3 hours away, and my favorite eyebrow stuff, my favorite foundation, my favorite concealer is in there. So today we're gonna be working with what we have. I'm gonna just try my best to like fill in these little baldy spots. I do my own eyebrows, so I pluck them myself and I like shave them myself. So I do like the shape already. I just feel like I do have some little bald spots that I do want to fill in. I have been trying my best to like keep myself busy, healing my inner child, just going to the gym, getting work done, focusing on my brand because she still has not launched. Like, hello. I'm honestly just trying to keep myself busy during these times. Like, you know, so I feel like if I don't make myself busy, I'm gonna just start overthinking about stuff, and then I get sad, and then it's like, why does my life suck? But it's like, in reality, my life doesn't suck. I just feel like sometimes something is missing from my life. And I don't think you guys know this, but I never saw my parents together. Oh my god, I'm gonna start spilling the tea. I never saw my parents together. Also, this is no tea, no shade to my parents. I love my parents so much, equally, okay? I talk to them. You know, they're my parents. There's literally no tea, no shade at all. I'm just like giving like my perspective, you know? But I never ever saw my parents together. I think they were already separated by the time I was born, so I never got to spend the holidays with them together. I never saw them in the room together ever. So my parents actually remarried on their own. So my dad is with someone else and my mom is with someone else. And also, I also have siblings from my mom's side. Like, they are my siblings, but she remarried with someone and had kids. So I do have my siblings from that side. And my dad remarried to my stepmom. and she has kids, and I am also very close to them too. I do see them as my sisters. Like, they are family, you know, but I just feel like it's a little hard. It's a little hard, like, kind of being like, oh, the holidays, or like, who am I gonna spend the holidays with? And it's like sometimes I struggle so bad that it's like, I'm gonna just spend the holidays with my boyfriend, you know? Okay, I've always been an independent girl. I've always done everything on my own. I never really had my parents. I do feel like, I mean, I grew up with my mom, and my dad, I moved in with him when I was like 16, and although I was living with him, I just feel like we always had like this awkward relationship where it's like we didn't really talk, or we didn't really know what to talk about, because obviously, like, I just feel like I didn't really grow up with him. So ever since I moved out, I just feel like I'm just on my own, and that's pretty much it. I do try my best to like talk to them or like have a conversation with them, but it is a little like, I don't know, I just feel like I kind of grew up without them. So it's like now that I'm older, I just became used to like not really having them around, or like not really talking to them. But it's like now that I'm older, I do crave that, like, oh, mom and dad, you know? Recently what I've been doing, I've just been kind of like healing my inner child, reflecting, also like changing my perspective on life. I don't know, I wouldn't really know how to explain it. I just feel like I would see it as a bad thing, like, oh, I never saw my parents together, I'm not close to my parents, and I would just saw that as such a negative way. But I tried to change my perspective, and now I kind of see it as like, I'm just an independent girl who really knows how to take initiative within herself, and that's the good thing that came about it. I know how to be alone, I know how to be independent, so that's the good that came out of it. But I do feel like I grew up way too fast. A lot happened from my transitioning of living with my mom to then with my dad. Like, I just feel like I had to grow up really fast, and I just feel like I didn't really have a childhood. I grew up not being allowed, not that I wasn't allowed, but like I didn't do sports. I didn't really have hobbies growing up. Like, by the way, I'm gonna be using my Ultra facial cream by Kiehl's. Grew up very low income. Like, I couldn't really join sports, I couldn't really have hobbies. Growing up, my mom did have to work, so a lot of times I would just like go to school and then come back, watch my siblings. So I never really like grew up having an interest. I would just go to school, and that was pretty much it. And I couldn't really do sports because sports are a little expensive, you know, like, and I just didn't have the money to like join a sport, pay for things. So I just like never ever was in sports. Like, I wasn't really ever in clubs either, because I immediately had to go home every day after school. I will say though, like, I was very crafty growing up, maybe because I'm a Pisces, I don't know. I honestly feel like I'm so creative and I'm so artsy. Like, I love painting, I love drawing, I was doing my makeup, I'm coming up with outfits, like things of that nature, you know. So I do feel like I do have like a creative side. And when I moved out of my mom's house, I actually moved in with my sister Alondra, and once I started living with my sister, I started working. So my sister helped me make a bank account, started working, and I started making money. And as soon as I started making money, guys, I started like buying paint. I would buy like little beads to make bracelets. I liked making jewelry. I was finally able to do creative things, you know, like I started painting, jewelry making, I started learning how to do my makeup. I started like buying little outfits. I started like posting on Instagram, and then brands would send me outfits, and then that's kind of how I started making money. A lot of these brands would pay me to post for them, and that's just how I found my love for like fashion and beauty. I will say, I feel like I've always really loved makeup and fashion, just because growing up sometimes my sister, she actually had a laptop, and she would let me play like dress up games, like those makeup games, and I became obsessed with them. Like, sometimes I would go to my dad's house and like I would like play little games on his phone or like on the laptop. So that's when I feel like I've always had like an interest in fashion and makeup. So that's just a little about me. I don't mean to like change the subject, but I do kind of want to talk about like my upbringing, my upcoming, of like who I really am and why I am the way I am. So yeah, I've always had like this creative side. Like, that's why I love doing makeup. I love playing dress up and stuff. That's kind of like my story. I've just always been like the creative girl, but I never was able to like let it out because I didn't have like the materials. I didn't have the money to like buy crafts and stuff. I will also say when I lived with my mom, I also never had Wi-Fi. I was very low income, like I'm saying. I didn't have Wi-Fi, but sometimes I would watch like little like craft videos on my mom's phone. Like there was this one specific thing I became obsessed with. Like I would go on YouTube and search up like melting crayons to make a rainbow, and it would be like this girl that would hot glue a bunch of crayons on like a little canvas, and she would use like a blow dryer and she would blow dry the colors, and it would just kind of like melt down. Like I remember just being so obsessed with like little things like that. And I remember this one time I actually had saved a little bit of money, and I went to like the 99-cent store right by my house, and I bought like some little cheap crayons and put them on like a piece of paper and just kind of like melted it with like a blow dryer. Like I just feel like those are the little memories I have of me being a kid and like just wanting to like let out my creativity, you know? I'm gonna be so honest, like the reason why I moved out of my mom's house was because her and I just didn't have a good relationship. I was a teenager, we were always fighting. I just feel like also her like being remarried, I just never felt like I was a part of the family. And it's not even like that my mom made me feel that way. I was just a teenager and I just felt like I didn't belong. I honestly just felt like I didn't belong there, and I just felt so depressed during that time that I was just like, I can't be here. I just don't want to live here. And my sister was the one that actually was like, oh yeah, like she saw how depressed I was, and she saw how like really like sad my life kind of was, and she was like, I'm gonna take you in. So she ended up moving me into her house for a little bit, and this was during COVID, so I didn't have school. And literally shout out to my sister because she did not have to do that. Like she didn't have to do that, but I just feel like I think that's kind of what made our relationship pretty stronger. That's kind of what grew us a little closer, or trauma bonding, I guess. But yeah, she really did not have to do that, and that's why I like praise my sister, because she's such a sweetheart, and I just always knew she was gonna be an amazing mom because of just the way she like cared for me and stuff. Me all crying. But yeah, I love my sister so much for that. I really would not be who I am. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for my sister Alondra. So shout out to you, big sister. I love you so much. I lived with my sister for a few months, and then after that I moved in with my dad. I lived with my dad for like what, 3 years maybe. He took me in. I was living with him and my stepmom, and my dad was actually a sweetheart. My stepmom as well. She was such a sweetheart that they were actually living in a 1-bedroom, and when I moved in, they let me take the room. And I remember my stepmom, she had like decorated the room for me really nicely. Like she was always very kind to me. Literally like a Pinterest board. Like she decorated with so much greenery, like a bunch of like white accents. Like I still remember the room. It was so beautiful. So yeah, they were always really nice. They like took me in, and during that time I was already making money. Like I said, like shout out to my sister. She was the one that basically helped me get on social media. I started posting my outfits. I started working with a lot of these clothing brands, and that's kind of just how I started making money, because at the time, girl, like all of these brands wanted to work with me, like Pretty Little Thing, Fashion Nova. Like a lot of these brands really were paying me to post pictures and clothing. And yeah, at that time I was just making money, like girl, little me. And on top of that, I was also working for my sister. She had her warehouse because she owns a lash brand, the Lash Parley. So I was also working under her. So my goal, I think I was what, 16 at the time. My goal was to save up as much money as I can and move out by the time I was 18. So yeah, I would save my money. I've never seen that kind of money, and I'm not saying it's like a whole bunch of money, but being someone who like would take the bus every day to school, and sometimes didn't even have $1 for the bus. I would have to like search for pennies and dimes to take the bus to school. Like obviously like making any kind of money was like crazy to me. So yeah, as I was making money, I started finding different ways to let out my creativity. I became such a sneakerhead during this time. To this day, I have so many freaking sneakers that I don't even wear, just because I was like figuring out my style, who I was. I would go ahead and buy a little makeup. I would go out every week to go take pictures in my cute little Fashion Nova outfits. Yeah, that's really what my life was like during that time. I was also doing online school. It was during COVID, so I would do school through Zoom. And I was working like part-time still at my sister's warehouse. Did work there for quite a while. I still work for the Lash Bar LA, by the way. But yeah, during this time I was living with my dad, and I just feel like we've always had like a weird relationship. I was always very sentimental around him. Like whenever we would have conversations, like I would just want to cry. I don't know why. Like it was really hard for me to have conversations with him, or like literally we sometimes didn't have anything to talk about. We would just be like, oh, how are you, how's your day, and that was pretty much it. Not being close to my parents definitely affected me in so many ways. I've always struggled to make friends. I've always struggled with like boys, in the sense of like I always wanted a boyfriend, and that was just because I feel like I always craved that male attention. I always craved that male validation. I don't know what it was, but I always had a boyfriend. I always had like a thing with someone, you know? So I just always like craved being loved. I always loved being loved. I always wanted to be liked, whether that was like friendships, boyfriends, whatever. I've always been such a people pleaser because I've always wanted people in my life, you know what I mean? But no, I don't know, I wonder if like any of you guys relate with me in that sense of like I just always wanted to be liked. I always wanted to be loved. I always wanted to like please my friends, please my boyfriend, not even boyfriends, but like please boys, or like I always wanted that male validation. I just hated my life. Like I was just always depressed. Like I'm not even joking with you guys. Like although like I had all of this like, oh, I'm making money, I'm doing what I love, I was just still always depressed, and I just didn't know why. So during this time I started doing shadow work. I started reflecting what my life is, how I grew up, how I was about my parents, how I was raised and stuff. And I came across this book. It was called Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. And guys, this book was life-changing. I just feel like during this time, I think I was maybe already 16, 17, I came across this book, and it's basically about a therapist wrote this book, and she tells so many stories about her patients, because she was a therapist, on how a lot of her patients, they dealt with a lot of like parent trauma, emotional family trauma. Basically says how to heal from distant, rejecting, or self-involved parents. And I'm not saying that's how my parents are, but I feel like as soon as I read this book, I did like resonate with it. And I kind of felt like my parents weren't really there for me, or like in the sense of like they didn't really raise me because I was doing everything on my own. And after I read that book, I did like have like a quick like snap. Like I kind of like changed my perspective on life. I changed my perspective towards myself. I changed my perspective towards my parents. And not saying that I hated that my parents weren't there for me, but I really always wish my parents were together. I wish my relationship with my mom and my dad were better. I wish I was able to talk to them who I really am, because I honestly felt like my parents didn't know who I was truly as a person. They never really like got to know me. I was just their child, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's truly just how I felt. But as I read this book, I did realize that it's my parents' first time living too. They were obviously going through stuff. Like obviously like my mom was going through like a tough time with like the divorce, of like being separated from my dad. My dad was probably going through a tough time too, because you really never know what they went through their childhood, or like what they're going through. So after I read this book, I always tried my best to not see them as villains, even though that sounds so bad to say. I just tried my best to like never see them as villains. I just saw them as like people who were broken as well. That also sounds bad, but you get the gist of it, you know. Ever since I read this book, I kind of just held up my head high and realized that my trauma, or like what I went through, doesn't really define who I am. I just tried to see the best in everything. I try to see the positivity in everything. I just basically just changed my perspective on life. Instead of being like, oh, my parents hate me, my parents don't know who I am, they don't even care about me, I started to just see it like, oh, I'm such an independent girl. I tried my best to not dread not having my parents in my life that much. I tried to just not dread that I didn't have a good relationship with my parents, you know. And also I do want to say, like, I know a lot of people follow me because of my sister, Alondra. I do want to say, like, her and I lived completely different lives. Like, she grew up with my dad, I grew up with my mom. So let me just say, my story is not hers and her story is not mine. We do have very similar stories, but I'm speaking for myself, okay? I'm literally speaking for myself. I don't want you guys to take any of this and put it onto my sister at all, because 100% we live completely different childhoods. My motivation, honestly, growing up was just money. Like, I just want to like stack up my money, move out, live my life, build a life. And I feel like now that I'm doing that, girl, I'm sad. I'm like, why am I sad? I feel like I already have what I wanted. Like I have, you know, I'm still making money, I'm doing what I love doing, but a part of me is still sad, and it just like makes me realize that like having a family is truly just a foundation. Having a family is a foundation. It is a support system that you really need. So that's why during this time I do feel very, very sad, and I always crave that like need of like a family. But it's okay, girl. When I get older, I'm gonna create my own family, and I'm gonna try my best to be the best mother I can ever be. And I'm not saying that my mom wasn't like the best mother ever. Like, I'm not saying nothing negative about my mom. I'm talking about myself, that like I know what I've been through, and I truly, truly, truly want to give my children everything. I want to be the best mother ever. So that's honestly like a good, positive way to see life. Like, although I went through difficult childhood, I know what to not give my children, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's just kind of why, like, in the holidays, like, I do feel a little sad because, guys, I don't have any memories of my parents during the holidays. Like, I don't really ever remember my mom and I putting up a tree. Maybe when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I do have like a picture, and I do kind of remember like me, my sister, and my mom putting up this little tree, and us like bending down. It was like this cute little tree. Then we were just bent down, taking a photo. But like that's like the only memory I have of like the holidays. You know what I mean? Also, I do want to say, like, please don't compare your life with mine. At least this, at least that. Well, it could have been worse. I know life could have been worse. And keep in mind, like, I'm not telling you guys the whole story. I'm giving you guys like a little summary of kind of what I went through. I feel like I went through really, really, really difficult things in my childhood that, you know, I'm just not gonna say. I really don't want to see you guys comparing yours to mine or mine to yours. We all have our own stories. I just really want to show you guys that you guys aren't alone. I have a story, you have a story, and that's how we're gonna connect. So yeah, now during the holidays, I do like to spend it with my boyfriend's family. Spend a lot of my holidays with them, because I do visit my mom and my dad during the holidays, but my mom has like her husband's side of the family, and then my dad has like his wife's side of the family. So sometimes I just feel like it's either I'm gonna be with my sister or I'm gonna be with my boyfriend. And obviously, like, my sister, she has her own little family as well, like her and her man and my nephew. So they sometimes spend it with my brother-in-law's family, of course. And like I said, like, it doesn't sound bad, but I'm just giving you guys a summary of it, like, you know. And also, girl, I want to say, like, I had like went live the other day talking about, like, I went live on TikTok the other day, like, talking about like my seasonal depression, because someone had asked me like, oh, how are you doing mentally, because I know you do deal with it. And they were like, I know, like, I deal with it too. So they were just like asking me like, how are you feeling? And I kind of like broke down on live, crying, being like, you know, I've been a little sad, but like I'm just like trying to be positive about everything, kind of try to change my perspective on life. And someone had commented on the live saying like, oh, it's all in your head. And it's like, yeah, it is all in your head, but that's what I'm trying to get out of my head, you know. I feel like it was a little insensitive for her to say, but maybe she doesn't understand. And I mean, I didn't really take offense to it, but maybe someone else did. And like, I hear it all the time, like, oh, depression isn't real, like mental health, like it's all in your head. Like, yes, that's the point, like it's in your head, and that's what that's what makes it mental health, you know. Recently I've been like having a really hard time like going to sleep because I overthink a lot. Like, I'll be sad sometimes in the night, and I'll just be up to like 2, 3 in the morning just thinking about life. And I feel like that's so harmful, because it's like now my sleep schedule is messed up. I'm overthinking, I'm gonna wake up late, my whole routine is gonna be thrown off. Like, something I worked so hard for, like getting my sleep schedule right, trying to make a routine for myself, trying to sort out my schedule. Yeah, it is really hard for me still, like going to sleep or like getting out of bed, just wanting to be in bed all freaking day. So lately what I've been doing is trying to make hobbies. So I've been going live on TikTok. This is so weird, but going live on TikTok has truly changed my life. Just going on live, doing my makeup, just talking to my followers. That sounds weird to say. People who like support me. No, I don't want to say followers. But being able to go live, I've been going live every day on TikTok, just like doing my makeup, doing my hair, doing little story times. And I just feel like it really distracts me, from like my problems in life. So if you watch me on TikTok, I do want to say you truly changed my life. Like, to my viewers that I get on TikTok live, and even like on Instagram, TikTok, like any social media platform, like you have truly changed my life, and you really make me feel you guys care about me. Like, oh, there are some people that watch my videos, some people actually care about me. So I do want to give my thanks to you. And I'm on social media all day, okay? I'm on social media all day. If I'm not on social media, then I'm editing, or I'm at the gym, or like I'm trying to come up with new content, or I'm working on my brand. So truly, I've just been keeping myself busy, and also like creating hobbies. Recently, I've been super into like bag charm making. So I love doing like little crafty things like that. And just being on Pinterest, trying to become the best version of myself, taking care of my mind, taking care of my body. That has been really amazing. And then also I have my boyfriend, so my boyfriend is obviously really amazing. Based on everything that I'm saying, that like I'm just a little sad, that has nothing to do with my boyfriend. Like, I promise you, my boyfriend makes me so happy. But I do have like my own little moments that I go through, you know, my own little issues that I go through mentally. Please, everything that I'm saying has nothing to do with my boyfriend. It has to do with my little head. Yeah, those are just like my little stories on like who Evelyn Ortiz is, you know. Yeah, growing up, like I never really liked the holidays ever. Like ever. So if you notice on my Instagram or like on social media, I don't really post on the holidays. Like on Instagram, I never post for Halloween, I never post for Thanksgiving, I never really post for Christmas. And this year I'm gonna change that. I really want to take cute Christmas pictures. Some cute red dresses that I want to wear when I'm putting up my tree, just for like content, you know, just for memories. So for sure I'm gonna be doing that, because every picture holds a memory. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people that I know that like don't even take pictures like that, and it's like, how? I love taking pictures because I just feel like every picture holds a memory. That's why I love posting on Instagram. Like Instagram is literally like my photo diary. So like every time I like scroll down, it's just like when I was blonde, when I was copper, like different eras of my life. And I think that's so beautiful because every picture holds a memory. So don't forget, get those pictures in, get them printed, keep them in your phone, make a little photo album in your phone, because every picture holds a memory. To like kind of talk a little bit more on like the holidays, I feel like I've been finding myself like just getting so emotional, literally crying out of nowhere. And it's like, also don't forget that it's good to cry. Crying is really good for you. A lot of the times you just really like need to cry it out, cleanse your body, because I feel like whenever you hold those tears in, I just don't think it's good for you. Let's actually Google it. Crying has several benefits, both physical and emotional. Emotional release, stress relief, improved mood, detoxification, restores balance, better sleep, healthier coping mechanisms, releases suppressed grief. You see, like crying is good for you. You sometimes just need to let it out. So girl, like I'm saying, like I literally cried on live. Not cried on live, but because when I just started tearing up, I kind of like ended the live, or like I'll move from the screen. But whenever I feel like I need to cry, I just cry it out, you know, because I feel like holding it in just doesn't do you any good. Crying is normal. I've been trying to wake up earlier to kind of get a little bit more sunlight, because girl, it's 4 p.m. I look outside and it's already nighttime, or it's already dark, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is probably why I'm sad. Which is kind of funny, because if you know me, you know I freaking love the darkness. I love being out when it's nighttime, but I feel like sometimes I do need some sunlight. Yeah, I love being in the dark. Like getting ready right now, I hate getting ready in the brightness. I love getting ready in the dark. And I kind of want to talk about this. The reason why I love being in the dark, my childhood home was always very dark. Like we never really had sunlight because the sun never really hit our house. I feel like kind of like the way our house was, it was in like a weird position where like the sun would literally never hit us. So that's the reason I kind of found my comfort being in the dark. And that's just me, and I think that kind of like made me who I am, I guess you can say. Although like being in the dark or like not getting enough sunlight is kind of bad for you, because you do need vitamin D. I kind of found my own comfort in being in the dark, or like not being in the light. Because look, if I was not vlogging, if I was not recording, oh my god, if if I was not recording, I would be doing my makeup like this. Like, I'm not even joking. Wait, this looks kind of good too. Wait, does this look better? I'm kind of dead. Or like, not even this light. I would just turn on like the big light and just dim it really, really low. But, like, I have the light on just so you guys can really see what the fuck I'm doing with my makeup. But yeah, that's just who Evelyn is. Like, I use the restroom in the dark, I brush my teeth in the dark, I shower in the dark, I change in the dark, I get ready in the dark, everything in the dark. And sometimes brightness just hurts my head. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not used to it. I'm going with a little more of the One Size Beauty blush, just to press that into my skin like this. And if you see here, I kind of like snatched my nose up with the powder. I'm gonna take my Butter Bronzer Contour Palette by Physicians Formula. I really like this to contour my nose. Don't forget to contour your nose. I feel like it's so important, especially if you want like that like snatched look. So I feel like sometimes when you don't like really contour your nose, it makes your makeup look flat. Or like there's just no like shape to it, or like there's just no color to it. So I do feel like doing this is really, really important. Take a little powder brush like this. I do want to go in with the gray one to kind of like add a little bit of shadow. You can always go back in with your like pressed powder. I lost my favorite eyeliner, sadly. He said, I miss you. Oh my god, he's literally downstairs. I literally hear him calling me every. I lost my favorite liquid eyeliner. It's the NYX Epic Ink. So I think I'm gonna resort to using my e.l.f. one. I am not a big fan of these. Oh my god, I found it. That is so fucking funny. The last 2 times I've been trying to do my makeup, I haven't been able to find it, and it was just on top. It was on top of something. But it's just, I have a mess in my drawer, okay? But yeah, my favorite liner is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. This is like a little pen, but I love that it does like add a good amount of black, because there's some pens that I really have to press into my skin, and this one just like glides. So the way I like doing my liner, I do it kind of like straight, like a siren eye. Wait, this one looks so thick today. I actually don't know why it came out like this. Hold up. I just feel like something connected to my liner like this. Yeah, ignore this. Ignore this. There is just too much coming out of it. I don't know why. Like, it's supposed to like, it usually just comes out really thin, but a lot came out. It kind of just looks like it exploded. So sad that this happened. I'm over here like talking so good about it. Oh my god. I might just crash out. I feel like I should just let it dry. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna crash out. I'm not even joking. I think I'm gonna just take it off. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna like get off. I'll be back with it clean, okay? Okay guys, I am back. Sorry for that little crash out earlier, but I fixed my liner. I basically had to like remove all of my like eye makeup, and like this bottom part looks a little messed up, but it's fine. I'm gonna try to cover it with some concealer and powder. I ended up just using the e.l.f. eyeliner, which I was originally supposed to use, but I was like, oh my god, I found my favorite eyeliner, like a dumbass. Yeah, honestly, it was probably lost for a reason. So yeah, at least it's fixed, right? So I'm gonna put lashes on. I have these are my Felicity lashes by the Lash Parley. Guys, they're out of stock. I don't know if it's because I promoted them too much that now I can't even get my hands on them. So actually these were super freaking crusty that I actually got some Dawn soap, a makeup brush, and I like brushed them out, and then I got a blow dryer and blow dried the fuck out of them, and this is how they look now. And I've been using them and they work pretty good. So these are the measures I'm taking for my favorite lashes. I like to use the Duo Glue. Here it goes. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna go in with my Dior highlight today. I really like mixing all of the shades together, and I use a little fan brush like this. god, I still need to fix this. My nose, I love adding highlight on my nose. Like, it just looks so cute. And you could literally add this anywhere. You could add it in your inner corner, on your brow bone. What did I want to do? I wanted to fix the little thing underneath my eye. I don't know why it looks like that. Well, I know why, but like, why? Oh my god, I think this is too bright. Come on, please, please don't look ugly. Like, if I just make my under eye white, it'll be okay. Let me add a little bit more blush. This is why I love this freaking blush. It's my absolute favorite. Just like this. Then I'm gonna go back in with my Milani. Okay guys, I'm back. This is what my makeup looks like. I'm so sorry you were not able to see the process, but my girls on TikTok live were. So make sure to add me on TikTok. I do my makeup on live almost every day. So after I went in with the powder highlight by Dior, I was looking for my Charlotte Tilbury liquid highlight, but I just remembered it's in my sister's car in my makeup bag. I ended up using the Beauty Creations Glow Up. This is also very similar to the liquid highlight by Charlotte Tilbury. This one is shade Bubbling Rose. So basically all I did was I added some in the back of my hand, got some like this. You see how I have some on my finger? I basically just went on my nose, my bridge, the sides, basically everywhere where I had highlight on. And then today's lip combo, I went in with the Kimchi lip liner shade Vanilla Bean. And then of course my favorite lipstick is the Kimchi Marshmallow Butter Lippy. If you have me on TikTok, you know I always rave about my signature lip combo. This is shade 19. It's like this beautiful like princess pink. This is shade 19. It's so, so, so pretty. I love to layer it. You could do as many layers as you want. And then if you want your lip to be a little bit more matte, I actually went in with the Essence Brighten Up. And I got a little flat brush and I basically just went in and added some to make it a little bit more matte. Just like this. And then of course, lastly, I went in with my One Size Beauty setting spray. This is to keep your makeup on all freaking day, all freaking night. That is today's makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I also hope you guys enjoyed today's little video, our little chit chat. Just if you resonate with anything I talked about, I just want you to know that you're not alone. I know how hard it is around the holidays. Like Thanksgiving is in 2 days, like Christmas is coming up, New Year's is coming up. I know how freaking hard it can be. And in honor of the holidays coming up, I do want to do a special giveaway for you guys. I usually do $100 giveaways in each and every video, but today's video, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. So in honor of the holidays coming up, I want to gift you guys some of my favorite goodies. This Sweetly bag, use it as a little to-go bag. This is actually one of my gym bags. I have so many Sweetly bags, like you guys need to see my collection. So this is a cute bag that you could take to the gym, run errands. I'm gonna be giving away my favorite blush, this One Size Beauty pink blush. This one is the Attention Seeker, which is literally the one I used today, like hello. And this little cute Sol de Janeiro little kit, just so you can feel fresh. Super cute and super nice. It comes with a lotion, body wash, and the cute little mist. So this is what you will be winning for today's video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know just how you're feeling around the holidays. Happy holidays. I know this video is actually going to be posted on Thanksgiving, but don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Love you guys so much. Bye! Oh wait, actually I didn't show you guys. Let me take out my overnight blowout like this, just to show you guys how the hair is looking. I'm so sorry, I didn't even show you guys the final look, but this is my final look to go Christmas decorating shopping. Okay, also don't be shy to ask me any questions about my makeup. I am more than happy to answer them. That's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.